Hi guys, this is Shannon from Skip to My Life. In today's episode, we'll break down a completely overwhelming organizing project into very simple steps. Let's get going. If you love to live an upscale lifestyle on a downsized budget, I am here for you at Skip to My Life. The first step in conquering an overwhelming organizational project is to set a goal. I've set a goal to start doing more yoga, and I really want the floor of my studio to be clean enough that I can exercise there anytime. Unfortunately, I have organized this room several times, and I will link to those below. But as you can see, over the holidays, the room completely got out of control. To add a little fun to my overwhelming project, I lit one of my very favorite candles. And I also set a goal of drinking this whole gallon of water with 2 lemons sliced up inside. Your favorite upbeat music can make a huge difference. For your third step, start with the small win, and that means something you feel that you can easily and quickly achieve. I had mostly organized this cupboard, but I had allowed the counter to become cluttered. So for my small win, I just made it my goal to quickly clear off that counter and clean it with some baby wipes, and then keep it clear through the rest of the process. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and click the thumbs up like button, and I would love to have you join our group by subscribing to Skip to My Life. For the fourth step, choose a project that you can quickly micro-organize. This could be a drawer, it could be a small shelf, or in my case, it's going to be this rolling cart. I had been using this rolling cart that I purchased at Michael's as a mini office, but decided that it would be put to better use as an organized craft cart. Here I'm showing you some of my very favorite organizing containers from Dollar Tree, and I'll talk about each of those more in detail in just a minute. I just wanted to take you on a walk through this little craft cart that I put together and show you how I organized it. The top level here I have filled with the things that I use most frequently, and that would be my glue guns. I've got 2 different sizes, and I went ahead and bound the cords together with a rubber band so that those aren't flying everywhere. In the next bin I have glue sticks. Now these are big glue sticks and I need to get some little ones, but what I like about this bin is that it allows the glue sticks to lay flat, and at a glance, I can see what I have and what I need. Next on this top cart, I am just putting in these little parfait cups that you can get at Dollar Tree, some tiny scissors, those are at ready access for me, as well as 3 different kinds of hole punches, and I have just used this to use these parfait cups to straddle those hole punches. My favorite organizers at Dollar Tree is these 3 compartment loose side organizers. They do come with a lid, so they're stackable, but for this purpose I have left the lid off. These are some commonly used items like E6000 glue, eraser, whiteout, and glue sticks, and I have propped them up on a box that does have a lid, and at the time being it is empty. So I really want to encourage you, don't be afraid to have empty organizers in your system, because this allows you the room to fill them up as the year goes by. In this back row of loose side organizers I have some floral clips, my finger protectors. These are from Dollar Tree. These are great if you are a hot glue gun user. I got these from Crafter's Square. You can also get them at Office Supply and other craft stores. And some super glue and rubber bands. Now these are all on my top tray because they're things that I use most frequently, and I would like to have them handy just exactly when I need them. Okay, so in my second compartment of this rolling cart, I have other things that I don't use quite as often, but I still would really like to see where they are. And if I see them, I'm probably more likely to use them. Now this is one of my new favorite organizers. This is in the hardware department at Dollar Tree. And these compartments, for some reason, the variety of sizes just goes well with everything. I have used them in cosmetics. I've used them to organize little hardware supplies, but in this situation, I'm using them for all these different colored gems. And you can see it's some old jewelry. I have lots of spaces to fill, and I can also see pretty quickly that I have a lot of red, so I don't need any more red gems. This fits really nicely just on the side, and I can grab it and go. I've also used these little glass and plastic organizers to put things that I want to be able to see and grab. And the other thing I like about using clear organizers is that you really don't have to label them because you can see exactly what's in there, especially having this clear top. You may be wondering why I have a container with tiny trophies. These are in the party section at Dollar Tree. I use little components from these tiny trophies as knobs and handles for craft projects. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you probably already know that. And if you haven't, I'll probably be using these in the new year, so you'll see that. I also have some of these glass gems, and I can see very quickly that I only have clear glass gems. If I wanted to get more colors, I have plenty of space to do that. I also have vase filler, which I often use in different projects, and I used a lot of that over the holidays, so this isn't very full, and I could stock up on that if I wanted to. Lastly, in this jar is my diatomaceous earth, and you guys know that I make my own chalk paint using the soil additive. And if you've watched me at all in any of my crafts, you know that I don't spend a lot of money on my acrylic paints. I just mix them with diatomaceous earth. So I have my little teaspoon in there that I can quickly work up a batch of chalk paint. I also keep a variety of scissors handy in this little lucite container. You can find these in the party supply section at Dollar Tree. If I could put in a request, I would have them make the same exact container but with a 90-degree side, because some of that angled side is wasted space in my cart. But for $1, this is a great value. So I keep that right here handy for me to use. And then in another bin, I keep my spray adhesive, which I use a lot, my hairspray, which I use to set projects that have glitter. And then I have these long Q-tips that I kind of inherited from a job that I had, and those are great to reach little spots to wipe away glue or things like that. So when I put this all together, it looks like this. And as you can see, because the containers are clear, I can very easily tell what I have. It's packed in fairly tightly so that it's not going to be moving around as I move this cart. And I also have extra space with these two little Dollar Tree ornaments, jar ornaments, that I intend to put things like pom-poms, and I'm not really sure what, but I'm leaving those empty right here. So that's my second shelf. In this container are the small ribbons, the small width ribbons, and a lot of those are seasonal. This next container holds jute twine, grosgrain ribbon, dental floss, fishing line, things like that that aren't exactly ribbon, but I may use them like ribbon in different projects. In these two parfait cups, I have my wire cutters handy, and I also have my zip line ties, my small zip line ties. And then in the third parfait cup, I have my wire. So this is all kinds of floral wire, and the wire cutters are right next. This is how it all fits into this bottom shelf. And the reason these items are on my bottom shelf is because although I do use them, I don't use them as frequently as some of the other items on the top shelves. And so it's easier for me to have them here where I can see them, but I don't necessarily need to get in and use them as frequently. And as you see, I still have some space left if I've come up with anything else that I need to store here.
Now you're ready to tackle the room's biggest project, which for me was this closet. I started by removing absolutely everything in the main body of the closet, and I realized there was a lot in there I had forgotten about completely. Step 6 is to avoid perfection, and this is a step where most people get tripped up. In the case of my closet, I really wanted to take down all those bins from the top shelf and organize them as well, but I knew that this would quickly become overwhelming and I would want to quit the project entirely. So instead, I decided to really dedicate myself to clean the main body of the closet and the backs of the doors and leave that top shelf completely alone. I wanted to maximize the use of the space on the back of this door, so I measured where the door hit the top of the shelf and hung some hooks to make better use of that space. The question of the day is, what is your overwhelming project right now in your home? Please comment below and let me know. I sure hope I'm inspiring you to tackle it one step at a time. There were so many things that I had been saving in this closet that I decided to either donate or recycle. But those things that remained, I really realized I needed an easy system to use. And one of those was my gift wrapping center, especially the tissue paper. I used this dish drying rack from Dollar Tree and neatly folded my tissue paper and lined it up in order so that I could easily choose the color I want. Don't forget to subscribe to Skip to My Life so you can come back for part 2 of my organizing series, which is a simplified system for organizing your household paperwork and filing. Thanks so much for coming along on today's giant organizing project. I hope to see you on part 2, where I'll show you how to simplify your filing and paper organization. Until next time, make it a great day. This is Shannon from Skip to My Life.